Hello everybody, Momo from the TheMomoZone, and welcome to Xelerator 2.0. Here we are in Montreal, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty cold. Winter is coming up. Today, we are going to have an interview with my buddy Marius from Luther 911. Now, if you guys remember a little while ago, I got together with my buddy Marius and we put together a concept for Xelerator. This guy, I got to tell you, he didn't know the internet that well. As a matter of fact, he didn't know the internet at all about a month ago. And I have never seen a guy jump and adapt at this speed. We are going to be talking about this, and this guy really took this thing seriously. We're going to start by showing you what he did to his car, because this is off the hook. So get ready to meet Marius from Luther 911. Yeah! Hello everybody, Momo from the TheMomoZone, and here we are in the back of the Luther 911 mobile. And we got together with Marius about a month ago, and together we developed Luther 911, which is a mobile guitar repair service that just shows up to your location. He shows up with all his gear and he fixes your problems. So how you doing, Marius?
Doing great, thank you very much.
It's amazing, man. I've worked with a lot of people, and for a guy who didn't know anything about the internet a month ago, you get the award for master adaptation. I mean, this guy went out and got himself the computer. You saw the way he did up his car. And tell me a little bit about how things are working.
They're working great, thank you. You have to admit, what surprises you most is like a 53-year young guy getting fired out of a blue and full recession, how he bounced back and turns that in a matter of days in a successful business, thanks to you.
Well, dude, I mean, it takes two to tango.
It's exactly teamwork.
It's one thing to have a good idea, but you have to go out there and apply it. That's a big thing. And the one thing I've noticed about Marius, and the thing that, you know, we really agree on, is hard work. And I have personally never seen any person adapt in a matter of weeks, okay, to coming from being locked inside like a locked room, because for 6 years you're working in like one place, locked in there.
Yes, sir.
Like in an attic, you know, and going out into the real world with the internet, and in a matter of 2 weeks having a successful business start up, and now, you know, the sky's the limit.
Exactly. Well, at the risk of repeating words of other people, that wouldn't have been possible 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Not even thinkable. I understood that I have to take the matters in my hands, and the only way I could do that was to adapt. When you can control, you adapt. So I adapt myself to the situation best of my abilities, and I understood. I was resisting for ages. The internet was the evil.
Exactly.
I was afraid of the internet taking control of me and my time, and actually it was exactly the opposite. Some other people, they took control of my life, and I let them do it for 6 years. So I woke up and I said, well, I've been a free man before, I'm gonna be free man again. I am the guy who's controlling my thoughts, who's controlling my life, and I take responsibility for everything that's in my life. And that minute I turn around, and it's funny because that base of mine, which I didn't know, why do I have to sell it? Why do I have to bring it to the place I was just anxious?
That I have now.
Yes. that base brought us together, and everything started with that. And that's when you came into place, and I said, well, it's happening for a reason, and here is my chance. You were talking about, you know, the website, the internet, and everything, and boom, everything opened up. And I said, yeah, why not? Here's my chance to catch up on what I was missing for all those years. So
I personally, I've seen a lot of hardworking people before, and people who don't work hard at all, but this guy has taught me something. As vigilant as I am about getting things done, this guy woke me up to remind me that just when you think you're vigilant enough, you got to go one step more higher and be more vigilant. Because, man, I mean, when he pulled up to the house and said, come look at the car, And then I saw that, I said, oh my God, dude, you are taking yourself so seriously. I couldn't have hoped or dreamed for anybody to do that. And you know, to go from idea to conception within a matter of 2 weeks and then have people respond that well, you know, is perfect, because this is how you get to reinvent yourself. This is how you get to niche yourself out and be specific to who you are, taking what you're master at, specializing it so that you can be a jack of other trades. And that's the thing, right? Aim, build your security, control your time so that you can go out and do those other things you want to do without the pressure.
Exactly. It's like what happened in our case, at least from my point of view, it's we created a mastermind alliance. We got really like to work together towards the same goal on different plans. Accelerated team and myself, we worked really hard to cover all the angles. We had the goods. Everybody was delivering. Was a coming together of a series of events which we had more or less control of. I firmly believe that we have in us built in kind of a talisman. It's PMA and NMA, like positive mental attitude and negative mental attitude. So we have the infinite God, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it, gave us that power to discern and to choose what we want to use. Just disregard all negatives. We're gonna drop it and go for positive, and you know, make that thing work. And that's the result.
And that's amazing when you make that decision and you are not run by fear, where you say, you know what, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna take my own destiny into my own hands, and I'm gonna make it happen. Musicians, I believe, have an extra sense, that sixth sense, that thing that goes out there, and because you understand arranging, jamming, velocity, tempo, all that stuff, I think that I watched you rip this thing together just like you were putting on a show, like you were producing your own thing, going out there and following through. And I gotta tell you, man, you are a fucking prime example, okay, of what people need to understand and follow. Now, if you have to give some people out there some advice on, like, you know, part of your magic of going out there and having the balls to follow through, like, I want also you guys to understand that Marius, you know, he's married, he has kids, he has responsibility, he has a wife, he has a house. He's, you know, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, I've got kids, I've got a house, I've got things, I can't go try things, I've got to do things that are safe. But you went out there and you said, I'm believing in myself and I'm going through and I'm doing it. I also believe in power of immigrants, in the sense that people who are raised in another country, I find that, I don't know, you're old school. You come in here like that guy who says, I'm going to get that thing, I'm going to make it happen, and you do that. What is that you can give to these people so they can have a bit of those same balls that you got going on?
Good question. Number one, lose your fears. All the fears, they have to go. Fear of old age, fear of death, fear of losing your job, throw them out the window. They part of NMA. So the positive attitude, it's I'm not afraid of losing my job. I'm not afraid of getting old. It's beautiful. I'm not afraid of dying. It's natural. So the minute you go on that, the next thing you need, it's a burning desire, faith, and careful planning and following through. It's as simple as that. It's very simple to do, but what's hard on it, it's we been born and breed with a negative attitude.
And fear.
Yeah, fear. Don't do that. Don't. If you do that, it's happening. In my case, like, don't lose that job. At your age, recession, nobody's gonna hire you. I don't need nobody to hire me. I will hire myself. I will create the job. I will create. There is always an opportunity. You have to be ready for it. There is always, if you think about it, everything starts with one idea. This car was one idea at some point. This hat was one idea. That idea, you have to follow through. You have to make a plan. You have to have the desire to realize the idea you have, and then find ways to turn that idea into profit, into money, which is going to help you pay your mortgage, pay your debts, pay your day-to-day bills, and hope all of a sudden mortgage is paid, debts are paid, and you have a beautiful life. It's all a combination of all of the above, at least in my case. I mean, and it's always the mind, the power of the. It happens in between the 2 years. Thoughts are very powerful things.
Some people, they chalk it up to it, well, it's a dream, I'm dreaming. It could happen, it could not happen. But I've always said the line between a dream and it actually happening is you just actually saying, oh, the dream is the idea, it's the inspiration. Now I'm going to go make that thing happen.
Exactly. Dream all the time. And have that dream inspire you to have a burning desire. And have faith.
Burning desire. As a matter of fact, we're going to call this episode that. That was our interview with Luther 911, Super Luther Marius.
Thank you. And remember, if we can do it, so can you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch and write. And this has been an Xelerator 2 moment. And you guys rock!